The pandemic is really taking a toll on our relationships. In fact, divorces are up 34%. Well, my next guest was tired of a divorce being treated like an illness or a death. She's from London, but lives in Dubai, and many of you might follow her life in the tabloids and on social media. Joining us is influencer and Divorced Not Dead podcast host, Caroline Stanbury. Hey, Caroline, how are you?
Hi, nice to see you.
How did you actually start Divorced Not Dead? I love that title, first of all.
We were sitting and talking about what was the most relevant thing I could do right now. What's the most asked about question? And it was always relationships and life. And I was getting divorced. And people just, I think when I separated, kept asking me how we did it so elegantly, I suppose. And we came up with Divorced Not Dead. Because I was also fed up with people coming and just saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? And I'm like, there's nothing to be sorry about. I was married 18 amazing years. I've got 3 gorgeous children. I'm divorced. I'm not dead.
You say that people treated you differently when you told them that you're getting divorced. Tell us about that.
Well, you have 2 types of people. You have one that goes, oh, I'm so sorry, like there's been a death in your family. And obviously, divorce isn't fun for anyone. But by the time you've announced it, normally you're quite used to the idea or you understand it's happening. Or you get the other ones, I also found it quite weird that married friends of mine just held on to their partners like I'm going to jump out of my marriage and steal their husbands. So I found that quite interesting too, because you get disinvited from the couples, dinners. So there's 2 types. People just, and I don't want a pity party. I didn't feel sorry for myself. It was a decision that we had made and I had made it, quite a long time ago. And, I was ready by the time I'd announced it, and I feel great.
What advice, given your experience and your really positive outlook, what advice would you give to those who are actually newly divorced?
Well, just not to let divorce define you. Because, you can't play the victim. Yes, it happens to you, and sometimes, but you're both in that journey. And normally both of you are responsible. I always say there's, 3 versions of the truth, right? But I think it's so important to gain perspective and understand, you can't change it. And that was the one thing I did find hard. I find that women they make it their story, they become a victim, and they think of a million reasons why bad things happen to them, instead of turning it and making it maybe in some respects your triumph. Okay, so you've learned, you've moved on, you've built your family. Now you can do things the way you want to do them. Maybe you've already had kids. I wasn't looking for a new relationship. I'd had an 18-year marriage. The last thing I wanted was something else, which is I think why I did meet the man of my dreams, because I absolutely didn't want to find him. And if I had come into a relationship with a guy that was 18 years younger than me with this, oh my God, I hate my ex-husband, my children, I feel so much guilt, I'm crying all the time, he would have run a mile. There's no way he'd be here. No one wants to date that. Nobody.